Mixed reviews came in today for this year's gun deer season.
That's right. This year, the DNR says the season was better with more deer sighted per hour and more bucks harvested. But do hunters agree? Fox 11's Kristen Crowley went to Madison and has both sides.
Jesse Leaphart sums up his 2010 hunting experience in one word.
Unproductive.
He says this year wasn't much different from the season many hunters had in 2009.
It just seems like you don't see as many deer. You still see does and fawns, a lot of fawns, but you don't see as many bucks anymore.
But the Department of Natural Resources says for the most part, 2010 was a good hunting year. For 90 minutes, the DNR reviewed its gun deer season results. It said 2010 harvest numbers were up 11% compared to 2009. The buck harvest was up 17% from last year, and the antlerless harvest was up about 7%.
Overall, I think the season was a bit better than last year in some locations, and in some locations populations go down. I mean, deer populations are variable.
DNR Deer Program Coordinator Keith Warnke says his own experience was positive, though he understands not everyone will feel the same about theirs.
I saw a lot of hunters in the woods. I heard a lot of shooting in the woods. I also talked to a lot of hunters who were not shy to tell me that in certain areas there weren't as many deer as there had been in the past.
And even though 2010's preliminary numbers were better than 2009, they are still a long way from what they were just a few years ago. But Kurt Thiede, who supervises customer service centers that assist deer hunters, says hunters don't seem discouraged by the numbers.
What we heard coming into our service centers was basically optimism. I think the department, with all the deer research opportunities that they had undertaken this last year, in addition to the fewer earn a buck type regulations and number of units that had antlerless quotas, I think hunters were encouraged that the herd was going to rebound.
The DNR says not everyone is always going to have a great hunting season, but it hopes the optimism it saw in 2010 will continue next year for those who didn't bag a buck this year. In Madison, Kristen Crowley, Fox 11 News.
Hunters will have their chance to voice their concerns at the DNR at a public meeting, and that gathering is taking place tomorrow in Madison.